Hello, everybody! Or as I should normally say, hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Hope everyone is having a fine Woo-Woo Wednesday. This may be, fingers crossed, and thinking I'm doing all the math correctly, that this may be our last Woo-Woo Wednesday for the season at this time. We may be moving it back to evenings starting next week. This is the last week of school for the boys. Boston had his last regular season baseball game last night because he will be gone tomorrow on an all-day till 10 p.m. field trip, a state away, and I'm being a chaperone for that. So that should be fun. We're going to a theme park, so that's a first for Boston. He's never been. And the last time I was at this theme park, it was 1996. I was 14 years old, living my best life. I still even remember what I wore. It was a little white, like, baby doll t-shirt. Remember those from the 90s? And it had, like, black trim around the, what are these called? Sleeves? Thinking is hard. And the collar, black with, white. And then it had these 4 little sunflowers, and it said, hello. So I've been a sunflower girly for a minute. It's not just the Harmony Portal Tarot logo. I've, the smiley faces and the sunflowers. That was, like, a big thing in the 90s. Which the 90s totally ripped off of the 70s and even the 60s era. So, that's a weird thing I've noticed a lot is, yeah, there may be new styles and stuff, but they always kind of steal or pull from past generations, usually 20 to 30 years prior to whatever year it is. Anyone else notice that? I've never heard anyone actually acknowledge that, but, like, so weird. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm going to do a couple shout outs for everybody that I see here. And of course, we're going to pull a 1 card for everybody who would like one the first 20 minutes only. You know me, I always go a little above 20 minutes if we've got a lot of people. But for now, it looks like we've got 4 people and 1 like on that video. Thank you so much for your support. Anyone who throws a like my way, I greatly appreciate it. But we got Vicky has donated for a 1 card read. That's the only donation I have thus far, so it should go pretty quick into the donations. If you have a prying question that you just need to know today, you can donate to get that question answered as best as I can for you. And we have Dorothy here, Cheyenne Downey, Linda H, Tunisia, 1994. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Now we have 6 people and 2 likes on the video. We just doubled that like count. Sorry, I'm in, like, the weirdest mood. Last night, we went to Boston's, like I said, last baseball game, and I just started getting the worst migraine. And by the time I got home, it was just full on. And even just trying to fall asleep last night was so difficult. And we've been having, like, issues with the dog, the new puppy, Arthur. He's very, very triggered, like, more than your average dog by other dogs. And come to find out, just by kind of telepathically tuning into him, I had known from the day we met him at the shelter that he had been in a fight with Cha-Cha. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. I saw Robin and Rhonda's thing, I think it was maybe yesterday or earlier today. It was just in my feed. And I was thinking about all of you guys. So hello, welcome. But anyway, they told us he'd been in a fight or an altercation with some of his litter mates' siblings. But when we got him, the day we brought him home, he had all these scratches, like, all over his, like, stomach and kind of private part area. Like they're like scars now. Like, they're lighter skinned than, like, the rest of his belly. And I was just like, something worse than what they told me happened. And just the way he responds and reacts to every single dog he sees. And the closer the dog gets, the more out of control Arthur gets. Almost called him Walter. But last night at the game, a nice puppy, he was not a puppy anymore, but I call all dogs puppies. It's just fun. He was like a black lab, really calm, really cool and collected, even though Arthur's just barking in his face. Well, he was off leash and came over to Arthur, and I'm like, oh no, this isn't good. So he comes over, and the dog is just so calm. The calm within the storm of Arthur. Hurricane Arthur. But Arthur, like, went to, like, attack him. And I was just like, oh my gosh, What? There's deep, deep trauma here for this poor little guy. So I am going to next time Roots Restored Wellness offers the trauma, and I think she put abuses and trauma into one session. But next time she offers that, I'm totally booking a session for my puppy to get to the root cause of whatever is triggering him. Because, like, there's part of him when he's observing dogs from far away and not triggered, you can tell he's interested and wants to get to know a dog. But especially if a dog comes toward him, he's like, oh no, I got to defend myself. I have no chance to get away. I got to defend myself. So yeah, we're gonna probably use most of the summer, if not all the summer, to really work through those traumas with him by taking him to a lot of local areas with dog activity and just kind of keeping him at a distance from the dogs as best we can. He's very lightweight, so it's just easy to scoop him up. Like we had to a few times. There were a couple other dogs off leash that they snuck up on him. He didn't have a chance to react before my husband picked him up, even though he was obviously on a leash. These other two dogs were not. And there's a lot of that going on in my area. People think, oh, well, my dog's well behaved. Well, what if your dog's well behaved, but the dog your dog's coming up to is triggered by that and has no recourse but for the owner to pick him up? Yeah, so it's kind of like, oh, I wish I could just take all the pain away and make it better. And, because he's really struggling with that. And, I could just feel, as the empath and, the dog mom or whatever you want to call it, I could just feel his pain. And I'm like, goes so much deeper. And it could even be past life related, but this just goes so much deeper than just, oh, he was in a little scuffle with his brother and sister. To me, that this was either a repeated thing that kept happening, or it happened once and was so bad that it triggered him. It wasn't just a little nip here and there, especially with the scratches. And I'm still picking little scab wounds like off of everywhere on his body, his neck, his right here on his snout, had some, even on his back hind quarter area. Brandy Lynn, it's been a hot minute. Welcome back, my dear. But yeah, I mean, he's got not long hair, but I'd say he's not just a short haired dog, but probably closer to a medium length hair dog. So it was all hidden very well. I kind of maybe want to call them and just see, can I get some details just so I know my best path forward with this pup? But intuitively, I already know the trauma was probably maybe even happened when, because the shelter does the best they can. They put, certain ones with certain ones, and they don't really intermix or intermingle them. But Arthur was really good with the cat that they had there and stuff. So I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but he's really only had, as far as I know, just the experience with his own brothers and sisters and his mom as far as dogs until we got him. That might not be the case. I don't know. But it just could be that maybe he was in fights when the place was closed or no one was around to break it up. You just don't know. You just don't know. So yeah, we're going to be working with him in a very calm and gentle and supportive way to get to the root cause of his issue of just feeling so triggered. Because there's a lot of ways you can just get your dog under control, make them mind you, but it almost breaks their spirit in some ways. But for the most part, he's he's a baby, so he's learning. Yeah, Brandy Lynn, it's been a minute since you've been here, so I don't know if you were here when Walter passed away in April. Well, Walter passed away. And then, some of the beginnings of live streams past here, we talk about my finding Arthur, this new little pup. He's such a good boy when he's at home. But when he's out, he gets really triggered by other dogs. Let me just find. This is a picture I took of him at the shelter when we met him. So that's hard to see. Let me fix that. Oh no, it went away. Okay. Oops. Okay, so we have some donations rolling in. Thank you so much for that. Oops, I don't want to click it quite yet, but okay. So Kirsten, I saw a couple from Kirsten. So there's Arthur, little pup, little baby boy. And my hope is to eventually get a second dog, a female. So we really got to get this issue under control before we can bring another dog into our lives. But I've just been taking picture after picture after picture after video of this little guy. He's learning to catch a Frisbee. He's so smart. He's so funny. Look at his ears laying down. He's just so funny. And he's gonna be a smaller to more medium-sized dog rather than a 100-pound pupper like my piggy wolf Walter was. um, but yeah, I mean, he looks so big on like video and pictures, but yeah, his ears have the most personality of any dog I've ever known. Like, even you just talking to him, his ears are doing all sorts of fun. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, it's the whole thing with him. He's so fun, and as long as he feels like he's in a really safe environment, he can really let his hair down, let his ears just hang out, have a good time. Here's him showing his sad face. He got a nice little puppy teething ring, all natural, healthy puppy teething ring to go lay in his crate the other day. And he's so good in the crate. He sleeps through the night. Like, there's so much that is so he's got going for him. He's so well behaved. And I mean, talk about the attitude with the ears. I mean, you see what I mean? He's so funny. It almost looks like his legs are broken the way he's sitting. He's like, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about my dog. We're gonna get into our one card pulls, but I'm gonna update the list real quick and just say hi, do some shout outs to everybody who is here. So I think I accidentally cleared one for Kirsten, which was one card read, and then she also has a full read. Okay, so that's the 3 I have now. I'm gonna update the list for Kirsten, and then plus 1 card, and then anyone else that donates will be added as well. There we have it. Okay. So let's catch up on some of the comments here. Vicky said, I can hear in on her reading if I need it, and she may pop in. Awesome. Well, if she's not here, I will go ahead and timestamp that. And it just might be something you want to timestamp for anyway, just to, where is my, yeah. Here we go. This will work. As long as I got a pencil nearby. Yes, okay. So we're good there. Yeah, so we can totally do that. So we did those shout outs. Cheyenne is here, Junking Data Girl, Michelle Lynn, Kirsten is here, Sophia. Oh, Amanda, I meant to tell you my ex-best friend's mom showed up at my front door and took AirPods back that I was given. I bought myself a new pair. Yeah, just let it go, let it flow. I think that's the best thing. But yeah, the audacity for her to show up at your house instead of sending out a message, hey, can I get those back? Even though they were given to you, like, that's kind of shady, but it is what it is, right? You were out for dinner and your poor dad didn't know what was going on, and I did tell him on the phone as I was heading home. Oh, that sucks. Oh, hello, Valerie. Yes, we're going to get into the one card reads very soon. Brandy Lynn is here. Welcome back. Junking Data Girl, I'm here listening on my way to the doctor. Please let me know if Spirit has a message for me. I'm here, just can't test and drive. Oh, gotcha. Text and drive. Gotcha. Yeah, Katie R is here. Hello, everybody. We got 10 people in the house. Yay. Linda H, she loves those ears. Get to Luck is now interested to know messages from my birds, especially the adult ones we bought from the breeders. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can totally tune in if that's something you want to do. I hope your new pup gets some confidence pretty soon. Me too. Me too. Sophia, Katie R. Yes. Okay. I'm caught up on comments. So we're 11 people. Put an 1111 in the chat if you would like yourself a free one card pull to start us out. Because I'm just now getting started at the 13-minute mark, I will allot 20 minutes from now. So we'll be at the 33-minute mark if we need it to do all the free readings, just so we got it. I probably should have even refilled my water since I just came up here to like get everything ready because I'm just chugging the water today. I'm so thirsty. The energy's been weird as well. I don't know if anyone else is having weird things with time, either going really fast and then counterbalancing that with it going super slow. Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. So if your card is pulled or, it appears that I have skipped you in the lineup, just heads up. Sometimes I see a different lineup than you do on the back end of YouTube Studio. So just hold tight. I will do a last call for card if I have somehow skipped you or you didn't get your card. All right, Cheyenne is the first 1111 I see, so let's get her card. We have here, Forest Frolic Maiden. I acknowledge my inner child and open my heart to the joy she brings. So there might be some inner child messages or healing coming in. Very Ireland-looking card, if I do say so. I love that. And we have the number 38 there as well. So 3 plus 8 equals what, 11? Hey, you put in 1111 to get this card, so maybe the number 11 is relevant for you right now. Just finding a support system, 1111 or, 11, a lot of people in like the spiritual circles will talk about 1111 indicating twin flame union and all this and that. But I really just see it as you and another person teaming up together for an or not an accomplishment, but like a common goal, I guess, something like that. All right, Tunisia 1994. Here is your card. We have release. You're letting go of something. The number 28, which 2 plus 8 equals 10, which 1 plus 0 equals 1. New beginning after you let something go. Get rid of some stuff in the closet. Get rid of some stagnant energy and possible relationships that just aren't serving you anymore. And that will make room for something new to come in. But I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. And just because you're letting go of something doesn't mean that eventually it won't come back if that's something you want. Sometimes things come back that we don't want. That happens a lot. But, even sometimes having to let go of a friendship for a while because you're just so busy and you need to focus on school or, something else. But that doesn't mean you can't pick up where you left off in that friendship or that relationship or project, whatever it is, at a later date. All right, get to like a ray. Let's get you a message. And we have here, Spirit awakens. I embrace my soul purpose and align all aspects of my life to it fully. And the number 1. So brand new, bright, beautiful new beginning in your spiritual path, your spiritual alignment, any spiritual practices or rituals, routines that you have. It's like there's maybe a new one that you're bringing on deck to really serve you moving forward, which is really beautiful. All right, Linda H, let's get you a card. Anything Linda needs to know. And we have here nature spirits with the number 35. 3 plus 5 adds up to that 8, which is about taking action, about spending money, making money, financial decisions, moves. We have here, I respect all of nature's elements and elemental beings and help preserve life on Earth. So maybe even spending time in nature or taking action to upgrade an outdoor space where you can spend time. I know where you live, especially this time of year and kind of later into the summer, it might be just too hot to be outside. So it's about maybe finding certain times of day where, the weather permits and you can get more connected to nature in some capacity. All right, Valerie Lyon, let's get you a card. If we get a card with a lion on it, that would be so fun. I don't even know if there are any in this one. Ooh, you get 2. So we have meditation. I meditate daily to allow universal wisdom to flow through me with the number 2. So there might even be a partnership or you and someone else are kind of combining spiritual forces to manifest something. We also have the number 34, Earth Angel. 3 plus 4 is 7, that very spiritual number I'm always talking about. But at the heart of the number 7, it's about self-wisdom, self-knowledge, about tuning into your inner self, possibly through some form of meditation where you're connecting to your inner self to get some really great guidance. But it says here, I am the guardian of Mother Earth and protect all who live on her. And this to me feels like your energy of being this Earth Angel, wanting to help, humans, animals, the planet, and all of the above. And, just finding ways that you can personally benefit this planet by being here. All right, I love that. All right, so Brandy Lynn is next. Let's get Brandy Lynn a card. And we have here Spark of Divine with the number 27. So you might be closing out an old cycle or have recently done so. I ignite the divine spark within me and recognize I am part of all creation. 9s are also associated with, life purpose energy and feeling this sense of mission and purpose and passion for whatever it is that you are about to embark on or have already embarked on. Cycles you're closing out, new cycles you're starting. And a lot of times we might be closing one thing out and that new beginning is already ushering something new in. There's never really just a hard stop. I mean, there can be, but at any given time, there's something going on somewhere in life in one aspect, motherhood or your personal life, your spiritual life, work life, other relationships. There's always something going on where, you may be at the end of one cycle and something, and then in the middle of a cycle and something else, and the beginning of a cycle and something else. So it's just about really, I'm hearing finding the balance, Brandy Lynn. All right, Kirsten, let's get you a card. And we have here a nurturing heart with mother. I love that, Kirsten, for you, because though, you are not a mother yet in this physical reality, there to me feels like this great potential for this motherly aspect, and not even just to mother your own children, although that is, I think, a very important part of your purpose, but just using that motherly energy with the women and children that you come across, and even, the masculines that you come across. Just being this nurturing, loving force for good in this, world. And it says, I am protective. Oh, I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. And that to me feels like it includes animals, the earth, just everything that could use a little bit of benefit. I love that. All right. Sophia, oops, it all jumped. Let me scroll back up to where we were. We have 10 people, 7 likes on the video. Thank you so much, you guys. All right, Sophia Harrelson. Let's get you a card. And we have for you, same card. Look at that. A nurturing heart. That's right. The mother card with the number 19. And there's a new beginning there with that 19, because 9 plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. New beginning phases, new beginning energy. And everything I just said about Kirsten's card, you can really apply to yourself as well. And Kirsten, you can also apply this to your message. It says again, I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. And if you do have your own children, Sophia, or hope to have your own children someday, or if you have pets or plant babies or whatever it is, this is just about giving them that extra loving care now and in the near future. I see like over the next 2 weeks, there's this need even to nurture your own inner child, because there's a lot of healing going on right now. All right, Michelle Lynn, let's get you a card as well. All right, this one, we have Crown Chakra with the number 26. So there's a lot of activity, there's that action and, big epiphanies, ideas coming in is really what I get with that sense of purpose that comes in with that 8 as well. But it says, I know I am part of source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. I cannot speak today. But yeah, kind of going along what we were talking about earlier about like the epiphany coming in, this aha moment, or something's just clicking for you, or you're getting it. Something that maybe it's been a cycle coming up at least 3 different times in your past. You're finally getting the writing on the wall or the memo about something or someone, and finally closing that cycle out. Doesn't mean that this thing is over, but you've learned the lesson, so you can go about it in a new way moving forward. All right, Junking Data Girl, let's get you a card. And we have here, ooh, I love this. Balance with the number 29, which adds up to an 11, which 11, it's a very balanced energy with 2 1s there, kind of mirroring each other. It says here, I understand and embrace the opposing forces in life that bring about balance. So you might be just trying to find more balance in life. If you've been really busy with work and kind of neglecting or kind of letting slide your housework or your interpersonal relationships or whatever that is, it's about, taking time from maybe the thing you've been spending a lot of time on and putting a little of that time into something else or someone else to really bring about that change and shift to really help you feel a lot more balanced. Especially if you've been peopling a lot, being out and about, balancing that out by doing some much needed time alone, introspection, self-love, self-care, all that fun stuff can really help you feel more balanced. All right. So let's see, what is time? I know, right? I ask myself that like multiple times a day. I'm like, this is crazy. All right, Florence B, let's get you a card, my dear. All right, Florence B, we have the throat chakra and the number 20. So you might even be working with somebody, but I also see this sense of purpose or passion behind what you're doing. That sense of purpose and passion has been kind of following us around in these readings already today. So that just could be a major collective theme right now, is really tuning into this sense of purpose or passion. And even if it's not like on a grand scale, this big thing that you're doing, it could just be finding the purpose in the little and more mundane things in life, like enjoying your morning coffee while you're out watching the birds fly by, or hearing, crickets or something. I don't know, whatever's going on in your arena. But yeah, this is really about stopping to enjoy the little things, but also with the throat chakra, this is you speaking your truth and encouraging others to speak theirs as well. So if you ask someone a question and you feel like they're just kind of giving you like a canned response, like, oh, how are you today? Oh, I'm fine. Dig a little deeper. If you feel so inclined, use your best judgment and your intuition, because not all people are going to want to be vulnerable and spill everything they're going through. But if you can just sense that family member or that friend that you're speaking to kind of has something below the surface, maybe just asking, holding that, the funny, like spiritual response of, I'm holding space for you, but it's really true though. Sometimes we can just allow someone to tell us what's going on without feeling like we have to give them advice or, you know, team up with them like, yeah, that person's out of line, you know, and sometimes just being that ear to listen is all someone really needs. So you also being the, you know, finding someone that can be that ear to listen for you as well. Okay, so you're so welcome, everybody. I'm seeing a lot of thank yous here. You're so welcome. So Katie R, let's get your card. All right. So we have Flames of Wisdom with Crone for Katie R. And I'm really seeing this as like past life energy and really drawing upon a lot of your past life experiences, the experiences of your spirit to make something happen. Because we have the number 39 there, which is such a creative number because you add that 39 up to a 12, which adds up to a 3. Finding time even, you know, we're just talking about time, but finding time to devote to your creative ambitions, your creative endeavors, is really going to pay off for you. I see over the next 2 months. That's the timeline I'm getting, Katie. But it says, I am open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. And this is such an amazing card to get in a universal year number 7, like 2023 is. And whatever personal year you're going through right now, Katie R, you can figure that out pretty easily by going to like personal year calculator online and putting your birthday in and what have you. Or you can just add up your birthday. How does that work? I can't remember if you add up your birthday, but then just add 7 to it. I can't remember. I think that's how you do it. So you add up all the digits of your birthday. So for me personally, it would add up to a 7, but then I would add a 7. Does that compute? No, it doesn't, because I think I'm in a personal year number 3. Oh my gosh, I already forgot. But you can go find a way to figure that out. But you can kind of tune into the energy of whatever personal year you're going through. If it is a personal year 3 for you already, or a personal year 7 already, it just like double amplifies that energy. All right. So Valerie Lyon says, I totally relate to this. Thank you so much. I'm a chiropractor trying to make big changes. I've actually been wanting to get back into meditation post a stressful work time recently. There you go. You're already on the path. So just trust your intuition because you're already on it, Valerie. Get to Leka has donated, it looks like. Okay. So maybe that's my spirit babies talking to me. Absolutely. I can feel at least 2, possibly 3 energies that would love to come through your family line for sure. Stardust, let's get you a card. Stardust. Yeah, big ginger curls. I got it going on, that's for sure. Thankfully, I've kind of learned how to tame them, at least as much as I can tame them. High school is a whole other nightmare of a story. I did not know how to take care of my hair, so I would end up straightening it, sometimes with a clothes iron. I'm not kidding you guys. I fried my hair growing up. Not good. But hey, I thought it looked good straight compared to me just brushing it while it was, you know, the way it is. Brushing it is like, don't do it. Unless you're in the shower and you're using conditioner and gel and all that, then you can brush it, but not when it's dry. Anyway, we digress. Let's get into Stardust card. We've got the number 21 with Own Your Path, and the number 21, that adds up to that beautiful, mystical, magical number 3 of creativity, of tuning into that deeper sense of like purpose through creative expression is really what I see for you. But it says, I follow my own unique path with courage and strength. So Stardust is like if you are wanting to publish a book or create some sort of work of art or, you know, have some sort of art business or design business or something that you would deem creative in any capacity, you're doing this a very untraditional or non-traditional way. Especially moving forward over the next 3 weeks, there's something you're going to be doing in a very non-traditional way that's going to really work for you. As long as you're taking action on it, you're going to see some pretty good results moving forward. All right. So let's see. Seek, let's get you a card. All right, Seek, here is your card. Crystal Ascension with the number 37. And that adds up to a 10. New beginnings abound for you. I'm attuned to the universal wisdom and energy of the Crystal Kingdom. So you're really tuned into what's going on energetically, and you're going to be able to flow with pretty much whatever you're trying to manifest or whatever you're focusing on. If you're focusing on really negative things, you might pull more negative things to you. And just to say, not all the negative thoughts you have, in fact, most of the negative thoughts you have are not even you. That's outside entity interference. That's a lot of brainwashing and programming and things that just subliminally affect us. But if you can just observe your thoughts for good or for bad or for anything in between and then start to think the things you actually want to manifest or transpire, you're going to see a lot of progress here in the next month. All right, we have an ad coming up in, let's see, 6 seconds. So Sophia says, I'm only 17. I don't have any kids, but I always wanted kids for some reason. Thanks for the reading. You're so welcome. But yeah, like your own inner child. I hate this shirt because it just keeps moving down and down and down. I don't need to be flashing anybody. But yeah, you know, your own inner child is such a valid part of you, even now. At age 17, or if you're age 37, 97, you still have that inner child part of you. All right. So I think, am I caught up? Yes, I do. If you would like to book a personal reading, MC, you can email me. And what I do is I record that and upload it as a private link so that you can have access to that anytime you would like. It's a little more than your just, you know, run-of-the-mill readings here, just because I do take a bit more time, and of course to schedule it or to, you know, email back and forth does take a bit of my time. But it's $33.33 for a 10-minute read, and then the pricing kind of goes up from there. But if you want a like full hour reading with me via Zoom, or if you would rather just write out a list of questions and then just have me answer those questions for an hour, we can do that as well. Very easy for me to do as long as I can just get you on my schedule. And actually, that is my favorite way to do readings for people, especially Zoom, so I can see you and we can really, you know, get to know each other, and a lot more can come out, like the nuance of things can come out even more. Yeah. So you can email me at amanda@donePhotodesign.com. I hope I spelled that right. And I will send you the list of all the pricing and what that entails. If you would like to book a private reading, that is, like I said, my favorite way to do readings for people. Is it just feels to me like I don't have to rush. I can slow down and really connect to you. All right. So let's see. Does audio like echoing on my side only? Oh no, I hope the audio is fine for everybody else. Who knows? Who knows? Oh yeah, your aunt, that's how your aunt used to straighten her hair. Yeah, it was a thing back in the day. Yeah. I think it was my senior year of high school. I got this thing. It was like a Conair brand straightener. It had a brush like built into it, and it would get really hot. And I like put it on the hottest setting, like in Dum Dum. And oh my gosh, it was not good. But I could really only get my hair wet or wash it every 6 days because it was so dry, and it was a lot to put my poor hair through. Audio's good for you. Oh, good, good. All right, Anna's here. Earthy Deva, let's get her a card as well. And I think this is going to be the last card we do. We're heading up to that 33-minute mark, and we've got quite the donation list here to get through today. So we have the number 33 with Sun Goddess. Look at this, Earthy Deva. Beautiful energy. We've got a dragon kind of going on in the background here. Beautiful dragon energy, especially that like solar plexus resonating, very creative orange-colored dragon energy. But it says, I celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. So connecting to the sun, I know there's, you know, beliefs out there that the sun may not even be real, that it might be a simulator, or, you know, they've hijacked the energy of the sun, or whatever it is. Kind of similar to the moon being kind of a hijacked energy or a false energy for some people. You know, some people don't see it that way, some people do. So wherever you fall on the spectrum, I'm not going to tell anyone what to believe. But, you know, just connecting to the true original source creator version of the sun, usually by setting those intentions, you can kind of, I guess, detour any nefarious energy associated with anything that's kind of hijacked or what have you. The sound is good on Katie's end too. Oh, good, good. So today, friends, we are using the Golden Girls Tarot. Yes. Thank you for being a friend. I love this tarot deck. And let's see if anyone, and I think I've probably mentioned it on the live stream before, if anyone can guess my favorite Golden Girl of Rose, Sophia, Dorothy, or Blanche. Who is my personal favorite Golden Girl? And it may not be the obvious answer. Can anyone guess? How about this? The first one to guess my favorite Golden Girl correctly, at least from the end I see, will get a free one-card pull in the donation list. Okay, time's ticking. No one's guessed it yet. All right, let's see who gets it. Gets a free reading today, just for fun. Get to like a Ray, got it. Get to like a Ray. We're gonna just basically extend your reading, or you can ask an additional one card question. So yay, you got it. It's Dorothy. I just love how she gets so triggered by what everyone else does. Isn't that funny? Oh my goodness. She is just a delight in the worst but best possible way. I know, that was fun. We should do this more often. Yeah, I think that would be so fun. But hot tip, this is something I plan to do. I got approved to do Pinterest TV. They only have a handful of creators. It's still in the beta phase, so there's only like one thing on at a time. It's not like YouTube where you can have like thousands, if not millions of people live at the same time. So I got approved to be over there and go live. I don't have a like live stream scheduled yet, but I'll show you guys I'll tell you guys when I do. And I will show you, you can't do Pinterest TV on a computer or a device of any kind besides a phone, which is weird. So you have to have the mobile, just regular Pinterest, you know, your regular Pinterest icon. You click that. And then right up in the corner here, there's a little TV with like a live, that's letting you know someone's on right now. So you click that, and someone is making an avocado sushi boat and cake right now. They are doing that live. The way that there's like different, let's see. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to use really. But basically they only have 2, 4, 6, 8 categories you can choose from to put your content or your live stream. So really the only one that probably would go along with what I do would be wellness, I guess. They don't even have like an entertainment, you know, section or category. So yeah, I would have to go live under wellness. That's what Dr. Lupo's Lithomancy does. He's been live a few times on there, at least maybe 5 or 6 times now. But yeah, it's fun. It's almost like a TV though, like literal TV where there, you know, you got your schedule and you can see, you know, check your TV guide and see what's going to be on later. So it's not like YouTube where, you know, someone could just pop on right this second. Yeah. So I'm going to be doing a lot of free stuff over there just to get me established, just like I did here on YouTube when I very first started. And then I'll kind of phase into, you know, doing readings by donation and all that. So yeah, I'll let you guys know well in advance when I go live over there. Because usually you kind of have to schedule a few weeks out to even get on the schedule. So yeah, let me update our list here because I want to make sure I've got everybody who's donated, because we had quite a few people come in and donate, I think. Unless I'm just thinking that. Yes, I did see Get to Like a Ray. Let me know if you did donate and it's not popping up. I will go into PayPal and see. And then I think Katie R. I'm going to have to double check my email just to make sure that's who that was that donated that. Oh, I can get in the right email box. That would help. So I think that's Katie R. Yes, Katie R. Okay, so I'm going to update that. And double check everybody that has sent something. So yes, we got Vicky with a 1 card, Kirsten with a full and a 1 card. Oh, and Get to Leka has won a +1 card because she guessed Dorothy was my favorite Golden Girl. So there we go. Oh, you donated right before the ad. Yep, you popped up. That sounds great. So there is our list as of right now. And Vicky, I know that Cheyenne is here and going to listen in on Vicky's reading. So I'm going to timestamp and just do Vicky's reading now. And then on deck, we got Kirsten for her full read and 1 card read. So 38.54 for Vicky. All right. And if anyone else would like me to timestamp yours as well. Oh, Vicky is here. Sweet. Awesome. If anyone else would like me to timestamp, just let me know. It's super easy for me to do. I can just pop it in a comment at the end of the live stream, and then you will have, you know, a month from now, if you want to check your reading, boom, your timestamp is there. Or if you want to go in after the thing and, you know, say you want to timestamp your 1 card read we did at the beginning, feel free to do it. But I don't think you guys can get the exact timestamp unless it's already posted. Unless you ask me before the reading and I say, oh, we've been live 39 minutes, 38 seconds. But I don't think on your end, you can like scrub back to the beginning. It'll tell you kind of like in reverse, like how much time, I think. It's kind of weird. Okay. So Vicky, let's get into your question, which is down here before we started the live stream. One card read for Vicky and of course Cheyenne as well. So hope you're well. I am well. Thank you so much. So can I please ask True Spirit for more information or guidance on moving out situation for me and Cheyenne? We're trying our best to move out by August as my contract ends in November, therefore putting time limits on us. Please kindly timestamp. Yes, yes, awesome. Okay. So let's go over here. Tuning into the moving out situation for Vicky and of course also Cheyenne. What do they need to know? Okay, so we have the Hermit and Strength. Okay, so there's definitely some major transitional energies at play here. We've got 2 major arcanas. So this really is about illuminating or being that light in the darkness, and just things might get, that's the thing, things might get harder before they get easier, as far as, maybe things have been kind of okay at home, but it's almost like even if you don't tell the people that live with you that, hey, I'm moving out soon, it's like subconsciously they're going to start picking up cues or signs, or just the energy has shifted. So they might give you a harder time than normal, or they might even call you out like, what, are you moving out or something? And then you might be like deer caught in the headlights, like, uh-oh. So just keep that in mind, that as you really start setting that intention and start taking action by maybe purging some things you don't want to bring with you on the move, and maybe boxing certain things up that you don't need right now, and just to make the move easier when the time does come, they're going to start picking up on these cues. And just be prepared that if you do get called out or they're being passive aggressive about it, what you want to say or do about it. But the Strength card is letting me know that you're both going to be able to rely on your own inner selves and that source of inner strength to get this thing going, and really tuning into who you are on that inner self level, and asking your inner self for guidance and help and wisdom as you navigate these very shark infested waters of moving out. Because not only are you moving out and having to figure out all the bills for this new place and where you're going to move, and if you're going to possibly have a roommate, like that's its own thing to navigate. But then you have the added bonus, I don't know if you want to call it a bonus, but it's there, of how everyone is going to respond that lives with you as you move out. Because not everyone's going to be like, oh, let's throw you a new housewarming party for your new place, and let's just be all cordial. I don't see that they're going to respond that way. If anything, they'll say, oh, well, it's going to be too expensive, or they're going to have their 2 cents to throw in. And that's just letting you know as a heads up that you might be dealing with a bit of that. But as far as making this actual move by August, what does Cheyenne and Vicky need to know? Making this dream a reality. Yeah, this really is about owning your power, claiming your power. The 3rd major arcana, look at that. So I really have a feeling this is going to happen. As long as you are being diligent about taking action, applying to the different places to move, or however that process is where you live, putting out, signing a contract or whatever it is, just even touring different places that are for rent right now, would be really beneficial to let the universe know, hey, these 2 really are serious about moving out. If you're just looking at places online, I think that's fine too. But if you actually go, show up, make an appointment to show up at this place, tour it, look around, even if it does seem like it's outside your budget, just by taking the action or the act of you touring an apartment or a home, it's really letting the universe know you're serious. I can't stress enough how, even if it seems out of your budget, out of your price range, and it's maybe not going to be the place you end up, that starts unlocking timelines where it's going to happen for you. You know what I mean? So let's see. I feel like I want to go to this deck. Yeah. All right. Anything else Vicky and Cheyenne need to know for this moving out process? Ooh, it flipped. We've got 2. So we have the Healing Temple of Lunar Light, life cycles, energy healing, communication. So to me, this really is showing the closing out of a cycle. Like the moon phases. It's like we're closing out this cycle, ready to start something new. And then Temple of Dreams, Sacred Dreams, Prophecy, and Dream Journeys. So you might be getting a lot of downloads about this move, or advice, wisdom, guidance through your dream state about this move, but also making this dream a reality. Didn't I just say that before we grabbed, how are you going to make this dream a reality, or this, something like that I said. I think I said it anyway. Hello, Julie's video. Welcome. So yeah, maybe even manifesting specifically at nighttime. These are both like nighttime energies. Your own power really comes online specifically at night. And I don't know if that's just because things are quieter or you're, more relaxed or whatever it is. But both of you can even work together at night, lighting candles and just manifesting the best place for you that's possible for you. And even if it's a place that you move into for a while and then you move on from there to a different place, being able to get, just get the ball rolling and get out of the current living situation is going to be everything for both of you energetically. Yeah, do a ritual. Awesome. And then this one just fell to the ground. We have Oracle, sacred living, spirit speaking, and intervention. So this is almost like you finally saying, okay, we got to get this going. We got to get out of here by August. I really do feel that is your own spirit leading the way here with this sacred living here too. Your spirit is speaking that you can find a more sacred way of living by moving out. And I think you're right on it. So absolutely. You are so welcome, Vicki. Even, like I said, even if you're touring places that are maybe outside your budget, again, that gets the ball rolling. That opens timelines where places that are in your budget become available. If there are places that are in your budget available, go tour them, go look at them, ask questions about them. Just get things going because you will be very pleasantly surprised with what happens. That's what I'm hearing. So, yay! Love to hear it. All right. So Kirsten, she say, can I split my full into 2 1 cards? Absolutely. Let's do it. So that would give you 3 1 card reads, Kirsten. If that makes sense. Okay. So go ahead and post your questions for your 1 card reads. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Just so we're on the same page. Sounds good to me. So go ahead and let me know what your first question is, second question, third question, whatever. Okay. And I didn't finish my morning coffee yet, which is kind of rare for me. I think another time recently I didn't finish it before the live stream as well. More though today because I actually made it like an hour later than normal just because I was so busy trying to get the dog outside to go to the bathroom, get the kids wrangled for school. It's the last week of school, so like kids are crazy, crazy like, oh my gosh, today we get to do this fun thing and tomorrow we get to do that fun thing. It's like if I had the week my kids are having when I was in school, I would be the same way. I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. They've had field trips. Wrigley's gonna have a picnic. They had field day, so fun, all these fun things. And then Boston, he's had like all these fun things going on at school. And tomorrow they go to a theme park all day. They leave the school to go to a theme park. And then Friday, the last day of school, they get to go bowling for, first half of the day. And then school's over at 11:30. So, I mean, man, if I was a kid, I'd be like living my best life if I were them. They don't know how good they got it right now. So Kirsten's first question, how can I prove that I'm better than my ex ever said or thought I was? Or how can I make him regret losing me? Okay. So a lot of times when we want to like stick it to someone or prove to someone, that usually a lot of times will come from a place of hurt. And I've been there myself. Like I've been like, I want to show them I'm doing so good, or, I've been there. So I totally get it. But a lot of times, even if we do accomplish the thing we're trying to do, which, I have in the past, I have been there. I'm like, okay, wow, I saw that this person that, told me I couldn't do something. I saw that they saw I could do it. And now they're trying to be my friend because I can do it. And like, I just wanted nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? So there's kind of this like wanting to make someone regret losing you. There's still a connection or a cord attached. If anything, eventually you want to get to a point where you don't, it's more neutral. Like, oh, I hope he's doing well, but like, I'm not going to think too much about it. And yet at the same time, I want him to be happy. I don't really want him pining away from me kind of thing. But I get it. When you're healing and going through and, putting distance and time between you and, an ex-partner, there can be this sense of wanting revenge or, having this regret or whatever. But let's just see your best path forward as far as getting to this place where you can prove it only to yourself and not really care what he has to say. But, as far as what you're questioning, let's just see what you need to do to get there. I guess I'm just upset because I found out he's sitting on 250 while I'm living. Yeah. And that's really not right. I mean, especially if he made that money while you were together, you're entitled to some of that, right? If not half. I mean, I think that's how most of it goes, is like, split it 50-50. And yeah, that can be something that's builds a lot of resentment or animosity for sure. But let's just see what Kirsten can do in regards to proving she's better than him or making him regret whatever it is. Well, we have 10 of Cups. So really what this is about you finding yourself and then eventually finding that next partner. And eventually I don't think you're going to even care what he has to think or say or what he's doing or how much he has, because you'll be so happy in your own life. You'll have moved on. And again, been there, done that with an ex where I'm like, I just want to show him, that, and this was even before like the internet was a big, or specifically social media was like a big thing. I had no way, or he had no way to check in on me. I had no way to check on him, which I think actually served me because I didn't need to keep tuning in or tapping into his energy anyway. But eventually you're both going to find happiness in possibly someone else, but if not, just life itself. This is emotional fulfillment. So that could be a relationship. That could be feeling fulfilled at work. This could be feeling fulfilled with just your own emotional state and really happy with who you are as a person and not really caring what other people have to say. Oops, we have another one fall down, and it's this one again. So it's basically just moving on and focusing on yourself and your own future and your own connections, your own happiness, your own health, your own wealth. You know what I mean? But let's just see anything else Kirsten needs to know before we wrap this one up. And yeah, you just feel lied to, cheated on, stolen from. So for a while, you just might feel like you want to, shove it, prove it to him, or, make him feel bad for how he treated you, or regret losing you, or you just proving your worth to him, which you should not ever have to prove your worth to him. You're just worthy because you exist. But, a lot of us are programmed that I have to have this much money, or, weigh this much, or, drive this kind of car to be worthy of X, Y, or Z. And really, it's not fair to anybody to think that way. But yet, we're programmed to think that way. So it's about kind of unprogramming or reprogramming or kind of rewinding. Doing that inner work, doing that healing really is going to be your ticket out of feeling this regret, resentment, wounds, feeling cheated, lied to, stolen from, all of that. It's really about tuning into you, your goals, your hopes, wishes, desires, and realizing you're so much better off without him. So even if you were, maybe he did say, oh, I regret losing you, please come back, I got all this money, and then you go back to him, and it's just the same song and dance. You're still, in this narcissistic, abusive relationship. So really, it's about you honoring yourself enough to realize that you're worth more than that 250. You're worth more than, his abusive, verbally abusive tactics and names he would call you, things he would say about you, that you're not good enough. You're so much better than all of that. And in fact, you have won. You have the greatest prize of all. You don't have to deal with him on a daily basis, Let's see. Let's go to this card deck. Actually, no, this one's calling my name. All right. Anything else Kirsten needs to know? And then we'll get into her second question. So go ahead and post your second question, Kirsten. We'll get right into it after this one. All right. So we have space. Yes. Like I said, time, creating that time, distance, and space between you is going to be like probably the greatest healer for you. But utilizing your time and space in the best possible way to heal yourself, to really focus on you, what makes you happy, what brings you joy. Because a lot of times if we're doing something from a place of, I'm going to stick it to them, I'm going to show them, we're not doing it for our own personal joy and happiness. In fact, we're still energetically a slave to this person to try to, prove to them. We're spending our life force energy to prove to someone how good we are, when instead we could bring all that life force energy back and create our most magical life. You see what I'm trying to say? I hope you're seeing what I'm trying to say. But it does take time. You can't just flip a switch and be like, okay, I'm focusing on me. Like it's a process, and you got to grieve the loss of what you thought that relationship was, grieve what it actually was and how that affected you and triggered you and created trauma for you, and then do the healing work. I mean, it takes time and space. So don't beat yourself up if you're not completely there yet, because it took me years and years to just get to a point where I didn't care, if I did see him on the street. Like, my biggest fear was to ever run into my ex, because he just, I don't know, this is too creepy for me to like think I could be like at the store or at the farmer's market or something and run into him, even though I knew he didn't live here anymore. But it, like, now, if I were to run into him, I would probably wish him well. Or, if I kind of read the energy that he was trying to avoid me, I'd probably just go my way. You know what I mean? It wouldn't like get that like heart-stopping reaction that it might have used to, But again, it takes time to really get to that place. Thank you for being so supportive for her, Katie. That's so sweet. All right. So Kirsten's next question is, should I pursue a spiritual business? Tuning into Kirsten's energy. And I think we're already going to say, yeah, for sure. But again, you're not pigeonholed into any one thing. This is options. This is choices. This is multiple streams of revenue, income, whatever you want to do. Basically, you're creating whatever it is you want to do. Again, you might be kind of brainstorming or kind of going back and forth, battling your head and your heart. Like, should I do this? Should I not do this? But at the heart of your question is, I would say yes. And I do have my Life Purpose Oracle, which I love to bring out anytime someone asks a question similar to this. So let's find out. For Kirsten, just anything she needs to know, should she be pursuing a spiritual business? Okay. Wow. So we have you're on the right path. So there's a confirmation and a big yes. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working, or whatever you're planning to do in this case. And then sensitivity, that's my psychic card. So yes, absolutely. And you lack confidence in your spiritual abilities? Like, for years, same. So you're in good company. I think all of us at one time or another will think, oh, well, who am I to, tune in and, call myself a psychic or, a coach or a healer or a whatever. But why not you, And if you can remember, just keep this, token of information in your back pocket or in the back of your mind. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. So how could you not be spiritual? How could you not be a healer? How could you not know from this really innate, beyond this veiled place, what you're actually meant to do? You do know. And it says you're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. And this is just saying you're tuning more into your, spiritual abilities. And as you do so, you're definitely on the right path to be in this spiritual business. Absolutely. All right. I feel like I need one more to really help round this out for you, because you're basically getting a big yes. It's just a matter of, you want to do this and this and this, or you just want to focus on two things. But I see ultimately you will have at least two very prominent streams of income coming in from possibly two different things, or things that are kind of mixing and matching, like healing and tarot reading, or nutrition and health coaching, or teaching and tarot reading. I don't know. Mix and match. You get at least a couple of income streams here, which is awesome. And that way you don't get bored. If you're just doing one thing all the time, sometimes that can lead to boredom. But you're keeping it fun and, fresh and all of that. And then we have here, move away from a difficult situation. It's with the number 42. And I think just mentally and just emotionally too, you've been through a lot in the last year or two. So give yourself that space and that grace to, do that healing and just to feel your feels, And as you do this, you're going to start feeling more of your own empowerment or your own sovereignty to really want to make things happen for yourself. And a lot of times too, especially if you're kind of still kind of on the heels of this breakup with your ex, and you see how well he's doing, and now you're living with your parents again, feeling like you're starting all over. That's a lot to unpack. That's a lot to process on top of trying to create a business or two, or go back to school, or whatever it is. I mean, that's a lot you're dealing with. So give yourself grace and have maybe just a little bit of patience as you kind of navigate, really tuning into, what do I want to be when I grow up? You're going to figure it out. So just give yourself some time to figure it out. Don't feel rushed or like you're arriving late, or you're never going to make your dreams or your goals a reality, because you really will. It's just a matter of, doing the work, doing the healing along the way. Yeah, 2 master's degree. Yeah, I mean, that could totally be what you're doing, and utilizing both of them beautifully, you're just not meant to settle for a relationship that is less than, or just maybe possibly one career. You're meant to follow your path, whatever that specifically is going to be for you. And I don't even think it's completely yet set in stone, Kirsten, because you got so many options, so many talents, gifts, abilities, that if you only chose one of them, the world would not be as good of a place if you would allow yourself to, maybe at one time or another, you're focusing on one a little more, and then a couple years later, you're focusing on a few more. But for the most part, centralizing your focus as you get that degree, or as you, really learn or hone that one craft or skill, and then expanding from there. So kind of you're starting with one thing, and then maybe as you really get good and going on that one thing, then you can bring in the other, if that makes sense. So if you're trying to start two brand new things at once, it could fizzle out, or you could get really discouraged because they're just not moving forward. So I would say, for the most part, make sure that you are giving the time and space available to each endeavor, and allow it to succeed before feeling like you need to, do 14 other things. All right. So go ahead and post your next question. I might turn this fan on a little higher. It is warm in here. Let's see. There we go. Hopefully it's not loud and squeaky. Okay. So Kirsten's last one card read. Then we have Get to Luck Array and Katie R. We'll Get to Luck Array and the one card for her. Okay. That's better. The fan is getting some airflow. It was so warm yesterday. I don't think you can, no, you definitely can't tell, but I got sunburned. I can see it like with my eyes in person, but on the screen it just looks maybe a little tanner than normal, which I'll go for that. Hey, my sunburn just on my arms here a little bit. It wasn't a bad sunburn. It was just a teeny tiny bit. But today, I guess this one looks more red than this one, but I was just sitting in the car waiting for the kids to get out of school, and in that 20 minutes, I burned. Like 20 minutes was all it took. Oh, fun times. All right, so we're just waiting on Kirsten's last one card question. There it is. What is God or goddesses do my ancestors want me to follow? My ancestors are Italian. I've been looking into, I can never say that one right, Benedicaria, and also, okay, so Catholic folk magic or paganism that focus on Diana. Yeah, okay. I will just say that a lot of these deities, gods, goddesses, can be hijacked by what we consider like matrix entities, or possibly some of them even created by, matrix entities to present themselves as one thing when they're actually another. And a lot of times when we worship anything outside of us, it creates this lack thereof, lack within us. So I would say just keep that in mind. But if you really do feel called to, follow or worship something, that's totally your prerogative. But I do have a good deck for different archetypes. Okay. So we have Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. Okay. So just tuning in and even keeping in mind, and of course, if those gods, goddesses really resonate with you, just learn about them and tune into the energies of them. But that all being said too, the best spiritual force you can really come into contact with that knows you inside and out, because it is you, is your own inner self, your true spirit that exists outside this matrix system. A lot of these gods and goddesses are matrix constructs. They don't resonate beyond, the 3D, even though a lot of them are like, oh, I'm in 5D, I'm in 12D, whatever. It's still within this matrix system that was falsely created on top of the real system. But let's just tune in. The greatest and highest good. We have the divine director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Maybe this reading itself is the divine director kind of intervention and redirecting you back to yourself, rather than, allowing that power to go into the hands of a possible, entity or false light entity outside of you. But again, if you are really feeling connected to one or another. Maybe just do some journaling and ask yourself why. Why do you feel that? But then we have divine alchemy with holy alchemist or holy amethyst. Move beyond current challenges and focus on what you desire. So, you know, the more you can focus on your inner self, and there's a lot of purple here, which is about utilizing your crown chakra to connect beyond the veil, not just within it, but beyond. So, yeah, this is, and again, a lot of these gods and goddesses really just do reside in this matrix system. And when I try to tune into some of these well-known gods and goddesses to their true essence outside the matrix, it's crickets. They don't exist outside the matrix. They are matrix constructs. So maybe just do some research if you would like. But if your intuition is calling you to those specific ones, maybe researching them, looking into them, that would be my best advice for that. Because a lot of times, even if it's something that we feel really like connected to at one point, like I was very, what I consider deeply intertwined and connected to Archangel Michael. But realizing that the Archangel Michael that I thought was a benevolent force in my life, every bit of guidance I was getting, yeah, sure, in there I'd get thrown a bone and it would be something that would actually help my life. But 9 times out of 10, these big major decisions I was relying on someone outside of me, Archangel Michael, to help me with. Completely, it cost me $13,000 at one point with this healer I was really tied up with. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying, oh, it was Archangel Michael's fault. Like, I'm not saying that at all. I'm claiming my own sovereignty in the situation, that I had put my power in the hands of this alleged spirit guide that does not even exist outside the matrix. Yeah, so that's a whole other, I guess, talk or topic. But one place you can start is by looking at Tony Sayers. I'll type it out. And also Pleiadian Healer. So Pleiadian. And Tony Sayers. And search spirit guides alongside either of their names to get some really good information about, I don't know what I'm trying to touch on here for you. And they can probably do it more eloquently than I can. Sadhguru was speaking about cases of creating some gods for some specific purpose. You were saying something similar. Yeah. There's a lot of that going on. The voice of truth. Yeah, Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Yeah, there's a lot of truth being said right now, for sure. So stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. So that's what you're being called, Kirsten, is to speak your truth. Focus on your truth, ultimately, for the answer to your question. Whatever that truth looks like at this moment or 10 years from now, it might be a vastly different truth. But sometimes we have to, from my personal experience, cross that Archangel Michael, waters to get to the other side of learning my own sovereignty. In India, there's a concept of Kul Devta, I think I'm saying that, maybe not right, which translate as a family line god, recognize specific DNA of a family line. Yeah, I've heard of stuff like that. For sure. Yeah, there's this great connection for so many of, to connect to ancestry. But it's very interesting. You've got the Bridget card, inner strength. Tuning into your own inner self, Kirsten, is going to be your greatest and best bet in anything you do. Just got free from your daughter's school. Hello, Amber. But yeah, move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. That you have the power. It comes from within. And every time we try to place that power in the hands of this guide or that goddess or that god, I'm not saying that you can't have really profound experiences and, gain wisdom that way. But ultimately, it is putting your power in the hands of something outside of you. But when you tune into your own inner self, which is just, if not more powerful than a lot of these gods and goddesses that we, put above us on this big pedestal, you tune into your own inner self, your spirit, that is a fractal of that original source creator. You don't need all these middlemen to really get the truth of what what your purpose is, what your passions are. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun conversations already. And we're just getting started. We're an hour and 9 minutes in, but feels like we just started. I don't know how the time goes by so quickly. But we do have, let's see. Get to Leka is next, and then we have Brooke. I think it's what that says. It kind of cut off the rest of the name. You're so welcome, Kirsten. I hope you don't feel like I'm preaching to you or trying to steer you away from what you're wanting to experience. If anything, I guess I'm just giving you an alternative to what you're asking. Just because I have been down that road of needing to seek out this guru or this god or goddess that I could connect to and feel their love and feel their guidance. And when I finally realized that a lot of what I was connecting to was completely misguiding me, as the Pleiadian healer lady talks about, Laura, I think is her name, she calls them spirit misguides. And that's exactly what was going on with my Archangel Michael experience. And so many people who call themselves, crystal rainbows, indigos, Blu-ray souls, all this, a lot of them really resonate with this energy of Archangel Michael. But that entity only exists within this 3D matrix, and there's a major darkness around it. Once you kind of wake up to it and see around it, see through it, see beyond it, you're like, why did I ever? I'm not the only one speaking about the nefariousness of Archangel Michael either, because I've gone through it firsthand. It's not like something I heard somewhere. I've literally been there. And I question myself, why am I following this guide that is completely misguiding me? It's taking me farther away from what I'm trying to accomplish, not toward it. Why would I ever continue to keep going? Even though there were 3 times I'm like, okay, this doesn't sit right, but I'll do it. And then found myself deeper in a hole. So Gitaleka wants to know messages about her current spiritual energy and other aspects of life and career in the future. And Gitaleka also won the trivia portion of our thing today, which was new. It was a new thing. It's just an idea I'm playing around with for Pinterest Live since I got approved. Amber wasn't here when I spoke on it earlier. I've been approved to do Pinterest live streams. Of course, you got to schedule them kind of a few weeks out in advance to even get on the schedule because it's just a handful of people they're kind of beta testing this Pinterest TV with. But I'm going to do a lot of free stuff over there, giveaways, right on the live stream. Answer this correctly and you'll win a reading right now. Let's go. Like that's what we're going to do. Stuff like that. It's going to be really fun and interactive. Not that this isn't interactive, but we're just taking it up a notch. I don't want it to just be a carbon copy of what I do here. I want it to be different. You know what I mean? So I might still do fun things here too, here and there. But I kind of mostly want to keep this mostly what it is because I love this. I love this vibe. It's chill, All right. Let's get some messages about the current spiritual energy and other aspects of life and career in the near future for Gitaleka Ray. This one and this one that won't come out. Ooh, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. So you're fighting for something. To me, it feels very constructive kind of fighting, kind of maybe a like brainstorming. Maybe if you're working in a group or with a project, you're kind of bringing or bouncing ideas back and forth off of each other, possibly at work or maybe even in your personal life with someone you love and trust, possibly having to do with creating a new foundation for yourself or maybe doing something around the home, updating the home, refreshing the home or apartment space, wherever you live. But also with the Queen of Pentacles, she's like an entrepreneur. She's someone very crafty, she can stretch a dollar to make it turn into like $50. Like that's what you're doing energetically speaking, if not physically speaking. You're taking what you have and increasing it, amplifying it, making it bigger, making it better in a very physical way. So if you're investing $5 very soon, not even in the future, but like soon, you're going to see that $5 become $50. Whether you are doing some investing, this could even be stock market energy with the 5 of Wands. It's very competitive, very, back and forth like that. It could be you're investing in the stock market. If you do have some investments, you might see these investments really amplify or increase over the next 4 to 5 months is what I'm really seeing. But as far as spiritual energy, I want to tune into what spiritual energy is coming in to assist you in work, other aspects of life and career. Ooh, we have 9 of Cups. So there's wish fulfillment here. So getting to not just create a life you love, but actually sitting down to enjoy it. I don't know if you have watched the Golden Girls TV show, but one of the best most almost self-care, self-indulgent things that the Golden Girls would do as a group, or even on their own sometimes, would be to usually late at night, they'd break out the cheesecake and just indulge, and that's really what this to me feels like is wish fulfillment, indulgence. That's not a word, indulgence. Maybe possibly being able to utilize some of this money that you're expanding to buy something that you normally wouldn't if you were on a tight budget, or, oh, that's frivolous, I shouldn't do that. You might be making a luxury purchase, or at least to you, it feels very luxurious. You could be upgrading something around the home, or you have a vehicle, you're wanting to get a new vehicle. You might be making a purchase to level up in one of those areas because you do have the money. Your money is increasing so that you're going to be able to do that. I know it's more of a Nine of Pentacles energy to be able to have that hard work pay off, but to me, it feels like the work you've already put in, it's going to take off way farther than you could have imagined. Specifically surrounding any investments of your time or your money. It's really going to pay off in a big way that you're just not expecting, or you just don't see it coming over the next 4 to 5 months. But let's just see spiritually, energetically speaking, what's going on at work. Okay, clarity is coming in at work. So either things are going to be crystal clear that, hey, I got to get the heck out of here, or things, the confusion, the chaos, the back and forth, the bickering, the whatever conflict, chaos that's going on there is going to subside, and you're going to get major clarity. I see it could go really either way. That timeline isn't set. So maybe you're just getting the clarity that, like, I got to get out of this place, or, all that chaos energy is dying down to where you're finally like, okay, I can get a handle on what I feel, where I feel I fit in here, what I do here, my next steps here. There's clarity. Whatever that looks like, specifically one area or another, you're getting major clarity at your career. And that's coming directly from your inner self. So it's going to come through ways of thoughts, epiphanies, downloads, aha moments, maybe even some communication you have with someone that works with you. And you're maybe realizing certain people just are never going to respect you the way you deserve, and you're just going to move on. But let's just get some clarifiers on this. Got too many coming out. Clarifiers on this clarity coming in at work for Yitaleka. Ooh, 7 of Wands. Yeah, that need to constantly have to defend yourself or speak your truth, or reason out why I'm doing it this way, or why you should do this that way. You're getting clarity and possibly finally breaking through to someone else. Like, hey, this is why we should do it this way. And maybe they wanted to do it their way based on ego, or based on, well, this is how I've always done it. But then they finally take into consideration the way you're trying to show them or tell them. And they're like, oh, that does make sense. That would be easier. Maybe we should do it that way. So there's a breakthrough in you constantly feeling you have to defend yourself. Whatever that looks like, whether you just decide to pull your energy out of this corporation, or maybe even to another area of the corporation, or if you're moving to a different corporation, or whatever it is, whatever clarity is coming, you're not going to have to defend yourself constantly like you might feel you are right now. I feel like we need one more on this. Just anything else to round this reading out for Yitaleka before we move into her free 1-card read that she won. Woo! All right. So we have here meditation. So the number 2, I meditate daily to allow universal wisdom to flow through me. So you're getting a lot of like that clarity possibly through your meditation or meditative state, daydreaming, maybe even dreaming at night. You're more subdued, like brain states, like, that brain state your brain gets into when you're sleeping. I forgot what that's called. Theta state, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But when your brain waves are more in that, like, I don't know, that state that you can be like hypnotized, that brain state is where you're really going to get some strong downloads from your inner self about your next steps forward. And again, this reading to me feels like it's spanning over the next 4 to 5 months. You're getting a lot of good downloads and information about your next steps and what to do. All right, so I hope that resonated, Yitaleka. I brought you a bit of guidance and clarity, but there's definitely clarity coming. If it's not here yet, it's coming soon. That need to have to defend yourself constantly is starting to fade away. There's some wish fulfillment and some indulgence coming in by your past deeds finally paying off in a big way. You're being able to support yourself in a lot of ways. And again, there might be some conflict and chaos as you navigate these energies, yet at the same time, that can really act in your favor. All right. You're so welcome. And Florence has donated as well, so I'm going to get her on the list while we wait for Get to Lekka's one card read question. All right, so, and then Katie R is on deck, and then Brooke for a one card read. I was just going to double check, because I still haven't seen the email come through for Brooke's reading, but I'm pretty sure that's who that is. She was here earlier, or was that Brianna? It says BR. BR. Brianna, let me know if that's you. I have, maybe I'll just open PayPal. It'll tell me. Someone donated for one card reads whose name starts with BR. I saw Brooke here earlier, but I also see Brianna here. So, could be one or the other. Let me see. We'll find out right now. I'm logging in. All right. We're going right to the source. That's what we're doing. Okay. Okay, so it was Brooke. Okay, it was Brooke. Okay, so we will add Brooke for a one card, and then Florence for her two full reads. Yes, it was Brooke. Cool. And one card, and Florence for two. Copy and paste. All right, message from her birds. I love it. Love it. Okay, let's get a message to Get to Lekka from her birds. What a lovely question. I love this. All right. Tuning into the energy of Get to Lekka's birds. What do they want her to know? All right. We got 3 coming out. Okay, so there's some healing. Very interesting. So as you were the one to adopt or bring in these birds into your home, at first they felt trapped or caged or subdued in some way, that they were no longer having that access to the world, which a lot of birds that you will get from breeders or pet stores and stuff, they're usually bred in captivity. So it's not like on a like conscious level they know they're missing out on, you know, being able to fly and do everything that they do. But it's more on maybe a subconscious or kind of like an ancestral level. They can tune into this fact that, okay, I was once a wild bird and I wished I could be a wild bird. But you somehow coming in and adopting these birds, make them see that they actually have a better life with you. Because I think in the area that you live in, they would either be predatorized. Is that a word? The birds might be prey for a bigger bird or another type of animal. Or it might just be too hot for them, just out flying and about. So somehow, some way, you taking these birds in has been very healing, very relaxing for them. They feel like they are on a spa vacation permanently for their life. They feel pretty calm, pretty at ease. Even if they're loud and, you know, can get a bit rambunctious from time to time, they feel very at peace where they are. But let's see, anything else Get to Lekka needs to know? There is a lot of healing you're bringing to these birds, whether you know it or not. Closing out some past trauma for these birds from past life or past in this life energy as well. And that's very interesting. That might be why your birds just want to breed a lot. And, you know, you got more birds than you know what to do with, is because they feel comfortable enough to breed. Because when birds aren't comfortable or they sense that their area is dangerous, a lot of times if they do breed, the babies won't, you know, the eggs won't hatch, or they might even have a lot of like deformed eggs, or, you know, the babies don't come out, they don't live very long or something like that. So the fact that they feel comfortable enough to breed and they keep breeding and they keep having eggs and everything, that lets you know you're doing something right by comfort level. They feel safe, they feel calm and collected. They're spoiled, enjoy air conditioner, fans, music, good food. Yeah, see, there's nothing they could want for in this life that you could not provide for them. That doesn't have the major payoff of, oh, well, I'm flying free, but now I only enjoyed 2 minutes of that because now I'm prey for some other bigger bird or something. Everybody said lovebirds do not breed in summer. Mine are exactly opposite. There you go. They just feel that comfortable. Yeah, 8 of Wands. They feel a sense of purpose living with you. And they are a big part of your purpose, or, you know, you feeding these birds is like, if we want to look at the way of karma, a lot of times when you feed small animals, that really can strengthen your sixth house of pets and small animals. So whatever, negative effects your sixth house might bring, because technically it's one of the houses that people look at as a more negative thing. If you have any planets in the sixth house or whatever, house is your sixth house, if it's Virgo, if it's Capricorn, if it's whatever, that ruling planet, wherever that lies, has a big, to do about what's going on in your sixth house, wherever it falls. But the act of feeding birds or any pet really can really benefit your day-to-day life because they enhance your day-to-day life as well. And I do see that you would be able to learn to communicate even deeper with these birds, because I do see you communicate with them on some level. But the more you practice communicating with your birds, the more you're going to get communication from them. And they love when you talk to them. That's another thing with this Page of Swords as well. So, this is really about knowing that even if the exact words you say don't quite hit the mark with the birds, they understand on an energetic level what you're trying to tell them. The love, they can totally feel your love. Yeah, your love is unconditional. I just love to treat them well, surprise them, love them. I can understand them. Yeah. And I think you're just going to be able to enhance this even more as you put that time and effort into, which it sounds like you do all the time anyway. Yeah. And this is such a great thing for you. There's a lot of love you're gaining, learning. There's a lot of spiritual learning and up-leveling by you taking care of these birds and loving them. And I have a feeling you're going to be in the bird ownership game for a very long time because there's longevity here. And your birds might even live longer than a lot of the birds in, that type of breed or whatever are supposed to live. Just like your lovebirds will breed outside of season because you've shown them so much love. Now I'll have to sell them, which is breaking my heart. Yeah. And again, just you literally communicating to them and saying, I'm manifesting a good home for you, someone who's going to love you and care for you, because I just don't have the room and the space with all that I got going on here. But just know that I'll always love you and I wish you the best. They will understand and they will go to their next journey, with open arms or open wings. They'll feel very supported in their new next home or journey. So don't feel guilty or, it's one thing to say, oh, don't feel guilty, but allow yourself to feel that sadness or that grief of knowing that you have to rehome them, because that is hard. But just know you've done the very best for them and they're going to, be able to find loving homes that are going to treat them the way you do. Each of them have names, all 30 of them, and they respond to their names. See, you can communicate so well with them. So just know whatever you decide to do, if you're rehoming one here and two there and whatever, that you're making the best choices. Trust your intuition. That's all you got to do. And of course, when you have to actually go to rehome them, just explain to each and every bird in whatever way you want, telepathically or out loud, hey, I love you. You're going to go on your next journey till we meet again, and they will understand that and they will embrace that. Okay. Big hugs, Get to Luck. I know you're in kind of a difficult spot having to rehome some of those birdies. All right. So up next, we've got Katie R, and then Brooke, and then Florence for two. Oh, that's not how you spell donation. I copy pasted that. Is that right? Yeah, nope, that's still not right. Donation. I think that's, but I got to put the T before the I, not after. Or wait. Yeah, there. There we go. Fixed it. You're so welcome, Get to Luck. Absolutely. Yeah, just trust your intuition. That's going to be the biggest thing here. Okay. So Katie R, I am pretty sure she left her question in the comment on PayPal. Okay, yes. So my mom's neighbor, Melanie, has a son who's a few years older than me that she would like me to meet. Is this guy going to be a walking red flag or a fun new opportunity? I'm just curious. I love this question. Let's tune in to Melanie's son's energy and see what kind of guy he is for Katie. Is he a walking red flag? Is this a fun opportunity? What does she need to know about Melanie's son's energy and intentions once they meet? We have the moon. So he might just have this air of mystery about him, or intuition-wise, it's hard for you to pin down something about him. He could even be, oh, you don't even know his name. That's okay. We can still tune into his energy. Very Scorpio energy to me. And of course, the moon is representative of Cancer. So he's got a lot of water in his chart, whether it's a sun, moon rising, or other like stellium in one of the water houses or something. But it's almost like there's something about him you can't quite grasp. So either we can interpret this many different ways, but the two most prominent ways we would interpret this is either it just doesn't add up or line up that you actually ever meet this guy, or you meet him and he feels kind of slippery. I hope you know what I'm saying by that. Not like sneaky, like not slippery that way, but just the more you know about him, the more you feel you don't know about him kind of vibe. Oh, we got an ad coming in 5 seconds. So just in case you're pulled away, we'll wait. We'll wait on the card. Water break. I know not everyone's ripped away from the live stream during an ad, but some are. All right. Hopefully the ad is over and we can tune back in now to Melanie's son's energy. Just see it, the likelihood of her meeting him. Is this likely to meet? 4 of Wands, yeah. Okay, so I'd say it's more leaning toward you just not being able to quite grasp something about him. I don't see that it's bad, though. I don't see like he's hiding, like he's got a secret wife and kids or something. I don't see it like that. If anything, it's just part of him doesn't know who he is, so it's hard for him to express himself in certain ways. But you meeting him, we do have the 4 of Wands. That's the wedding card, or, that kind of vibe. At the very least, maybe you're attending a wedding with him as like a date, going on a date to a wedding. What a passive-aggressive date to go on if you're not, like, really involved, Like, oh, first date. Hey, let's go to my friend's wedding. Hint, hint. Funny. And then we have 2 of Swords. So you might just go back and forth about him. Like, he's mysterious, but yet I feel I know him on a deep level. But, like, from day to day, you kind of swing wildly. Do I like him? Do I not like him? I'm not saying you're going to get married and, live happily ever after or anything. But at the very least, he intrigues you. He lights you up in, a way that makes you feel like a woman. You know what I mean? That's the vibe I'm getting. Is he is also very in tune with, like, feminine energy. So, like, a woman crying and sniveling on his shoulder is not going to put him off. If anything, it might endear him more to her. He's not afraid of women's big emotions is really what I get with this, too. He might have some sisters. I don't know. Maybe he's just used to being around women or works with women. Yeah, judgment. He's got a good judge of character, and also he does have maybe some of this deepness to him is that he's spiritual and you're spiritual, and maybe you guys bond over like talking about past life energies or just reincarnation or some other spiritual-ish topic that most guys are like, that's weird, I want to talk about sports. He's like, yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, but he's very deep. He's got very deep emotions and very deep thoughts about things. Like, you might ask him a question and realize he's going on and on and on about the topic without you having to keep prodding him to answer more. He's just dishing it out. And maybe possibly him showing some vulnerability. I'm not saying this will be like the very first time you meet him, he's like crying on your shoulder telling you all the trauma he's ever had. I don't see it that way either, but the more you get to know him, the deeper you get to know him. But yet at the same time, there's something so deep within him that it's almost like you want to climb into his skin to get to know him better. It's kind of sexy if I'm not going to lie. It feels kind of sexy. Oh, he has one sister and grew up without a dad. Well, that to me feels like he's very used to being in the feminine energy in a household. So that makes sense. Ooh, I got chills now. Interesting. What are the chills? We got the Fool. So yeah, this could just be a fun, flingy type, flirty, hangout vibe, whatever you want to do. Or we could take it the other way. Could this develop into a long-term relationship? Is there a distance, or has he been traveling? Because I think right now, I don't know if the distance is more energetic, like AKA you don't know each other yet, or if he physically lives at a distance right now. Okay, well, if he does live at a distance, he might be coming closer and staying in the area if that's the case. So yeah, I don't see that he's going anywhere. You know what I mean? So if you guys did start dating, it feels to me like like you're stuck with me kind of energy, like not in a bad way though. Like, he's not going anywhere. If it leads to the dating. All right, let's just see anything else KDR needs to know. I had a deck over here that's calling my name. Which one is it? I know what's over here? I don't know what deck I'm looking for. I'll just know when I see it, kind of thing. Because I have so many of them out right now. All right, we'll get the Messages of Life Oracle. Get out of the box. There we go. I got, you guys, I can't even show you the disaster I've got going on over there. It's bad. Oh, we've got something going on here with the, okay. So let's just tune into, this is the Messages of Life Oracle. I'm not itching to get remarried. I just want to have fun. Oh, he lives in Delaware and I'm in Iowa. Okay, that makes sense, the distance thing. So either he's not going anywhere, meaning he'll never move where you're at, or if he does move to where you're at, he won't leave for a very long time. That could be it. That could be it. All right. What does KDR need to know? Message from Melanie's son. Okay. I welcome life as it presents itself to me. Today, I take each step to my path, on my path to fulfillment with good faith. I swim easily with the flow of life. I embrace all experiences the universe bestows on me, even those that may prove challenging. I know without fail I cannot read and I'm so sorry. I know all will fail. All will fall into place for my greater good. I can read, I swear. Yeah, so I think he would be welcome to, at the very least, meeting you. And he might be very pleasantly surprised with meeting you. This is like wish fulfillment. So he might be like, oh, this is my dream girl, and she lives ways away. She doesn't live here. Aw. Yeah, but at the very least, I feel you guys can maintain or create this really strong relationship, friendship that, when you do get together, it's fun and flirty, but when you're at a distance, it's like you can still see other people kind of thing. It could be something like that. Yeah, it sounds like kind of fun. I mean, I would say just be open to meeting him, whether it's online or in person, and just see what happens. Because there's no red flags popping up yet anyway with what we've uncovered. So I think at the very least, it just might be a fun, if he's visiting his mom and he's in town, go say hi, go out dancing or, something. Go have some fun. You're having trouble reading. I was helping kids in school and reading. That's so funny. There's a message and everything. I'm normally decent at reading on camera, but not today. Apparently not today. All right. You're so welcome. That was a fun reading. You always have fun readings. You're just like, I want to know about this past life. I want to know about this thing. I want to know about that thing. Love it. All right. So up next, we've got Brooke. And then we've got Florence for 2. So Brooke's 1-card read. And Brooke, go ahead and post your question, unless you did post it on PayPal and I'm just missing it. 1-card pull. So what is your question for the 1-card pull for Brooke? And we're going to go back over here to Golden Girls Tarot. It's so sad that our schools are so short-staffed and it's a place where the future leaders are grouped. I know, it's just crazy how in need, even the most well-equipped and highest funded schools are still in desperate need of volunteers and parents to come in and help. It's, for what a school represents and does, it should be so much more supported and funded and, streamlined, all the things. Any information on Brooke's relationship? What does she need to know about her relationship? So we have the Hermit. You might be feeling like you're just on your own. Even if you are living together or together, a lot of times you might just feel like you're going it alone, or maybe there's some need to have some alone time if that's the case. Like just not like an official break, but like just kind of doing some inner work or soul searching. Because it's a very solitary card, the Hermit. Let's clarify this Hermit. What else? What else is this Hermit trying to say for Brooke? Some jumped. Ooh, the Empress. Specifically for you, Brooke, you might be feeling alone, or like the connection just isn't as deep or as bonded as it once was. There's just some sort of emotional lack in the relationship. It's not saying that this relationship's over, not by any stretch, but there is maybe just this, I guess, desire on your part to get more in touch with who you are, what you want, and, as you do that, to see if you can, bring him along for the ride, or her, I don't want to assume who your relationship is with. But there is this need to ground this relationship, have that physical connection become stronger again, if it has kind of lost that spark or something like that. Because that's really what this feels to me like, especially if this is a long-term relationship, like you've been together over a year, 2 years, 3 years, longer, that spark has maybe kind of fizzled just a bit, but I think it's mostly going to be up to you to bring that spark, bring that passion back alive by really stepping into your feminine, receptive energy. Maybe dressing the way that makes you feel good about yourself. Yeah, oh, it is working towards 17 years. Okay, yeah, I was really feeling there was a long-term stability here. That's awesome. Yeah, 17 years, that's no joke. That's a long time. Yeah, my husband and I have been together since January 2004. So how many years is that? 19? It'll be 20 years in January. So, wow. Time flies when you're having fun. But yeah, there's a lot you can do. The Empress is letting me know that this is definitely a committed relationship, and it's worth fighting for if there are some issues. Yeah, one or both of you just might feel lied to, cheated on, stolen from. Not maybe literally, although if you already have uncovered some of this, maybe could be white lies or something like that. Or, if there has been cheating on whatever end, could even just be feeling cheated, like if he's working a lot or there's a lot going on with kids, or, your own lives make you kind of feel more like roommates than, a partner or partnership. Just fixing or really tuning into where each of you is feeling less than or lacking in the relationship, and really having a big conversation. I see communication really will be key here in, getting to the root of any, even if it's just a minor issue in the relationship. Yeah, just putting in the effort, putting in the work. That's just about, creating a relationship that you can be proud of is going to take a lot of work. And, even though it's been 17 years, it's never too late to start over or to just tune in and reassess, am I even with the person I want to continue to be with? I think for the most part, this is your person, but you just might have doubts from time to time because that emotional connection just isn't as strong as it had been in your more earlier dating life. So I did have another deck over here, and I don't know where I put it. It's such a good deck for relationships. Let me just see if I can find it. Oh yeah, emotional distant. I do feel alone. Yeah, I can totally see that here. And the lying and cheating and stealing, it just more feels energetic. Like you feel like he's lying about his emotions, meaning, oh, I'm fine, when really there's something deeper going on. So again, I feels more white lie or lie by omission rather than him outrightly lying to you. That's what I feel. Let me just see where that deck is, if I can find it. Got so much going on over here. It's just ridiculous. Come on, deck. Where are you? Well, I didn't find the deck I wanted, but this one's a decent substitute for what I was looking for. I'll take it. I need to get my life together in this office room here. Okay, so let's tune in for Brooke. What she needs to know about this relationship. Just one more card, because this was a one-card read, and I think I've gone a bit long on it, but I do want to just help with some resolution or to help, feel that emotional connection again. Let's do that. Okay, so we have the dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. So there are some changes that you're both going to be bringing to the relationship that will help heal it and to help, bridge that emotional gap that you've been feeling. And this emotional gap has maybe been making you feel like you are not enough. Frustrated in the relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. This could also be a card of jealousy with Seven of Swords, especially if there's been flirting or any of that going on. And also the lack of confidence. This is about really empowering yourself by really tuning into your own feminine energy, dressing for the way you feel the best about yourself. Doing self-love, self-care rituals that make you feel very sexy, very feminine, can really help you even then extend that feminine energy to your spouse or, your partner to, really solidify that connection. But it's going to take some work and a lot of maybe late night conversations about, what you both want moving forward and, where you felt lied to, cheated on, stolen from, energetically speaking, or maybe physically or mentally, emotionally. And just getting what you're feeling out on paper, so to speak, by speaking it out so he understands where you're coming from, and ask him, to elaborate. And when he's like, oh, I don't know, or I'm fine, just find ways to ask questions that don't feel so, oh, I'm on the spot. Could really benefit your relationship. So I hope that helped you, Brooke. Big hugs to you, and I wish you nothing but the best. All right, so Florence. We got 2 questions for Florence, and I think that will probably be it for this live stream. We're on about 1 hour, 44-minute mark, and we've got the little guy, my doggy, down in his crate, and he probably wants to go out and use the bathroom here in about 15 or so minutes. So yes, but if someone does want to get their question answered, you can always send a donation, and we will definitely honor that today. You're so welcome, Brooke. Big hugs to you. Good to see you again. It's been a minute. All right, Florence, and I know she had posted her questions above. Okay, so Florence says, question 1, I would like to get a reading on romance. At this point, still single. Okay, let's use this Lover's Oracle thingy that we have out. It's called Island Times Wellness Love Oracle Cards. Okay, so what does Florence need to know? Reading on romance. She's still single at this point, but what does she need to know? Ooh, we have lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. So like we had kind of tuned in an earlier romance reading for you, that this next person coming in might just come out of the blue, or you're totally not expecting this person to be there, and then there they are. Or, oh, wow, me and this person are now dating. That's so out of the blue. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting here. But let's tune into the Golden Girls Tarot for additional guidance for romance reading for Florence. Future romance. Okay, ooh, 5 of Wands, competition. You might meet this person at some sort of fun competitive event, or I even get like a travel energy from the 5 of Wands. It's like planning for a trip. 2 of Wands plus 3 of Wands equals 5 of Wands. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But you might meet this person after a really like stressful time at work, stressful time maybe with your health, stressful time just in life in general. It feels very overburdened. There's a lot of like action going on in your life at the time that you meet this person, and it's almost like things are going on, and then boom, out of nowhere comes this person, almost like an Ace of Wands coming in to ignite things going on in your life. But let's just see, reading on romance for Florence, anything else she needs to know. Ooh, we have the Fool. So this is probably someone you don't know yet in this life, but probably is a past life connection. I think we've already tuned in the fact this person is from a past life. Coming around to do it again. But let's see. There is, the Golden Mirror. So this really does feel at times like a one-sided situation. So it's funny because to me it almost feels like there might be like a false start in your relationship before. So you might meet someone and think, oh, this is it. This is the person that we've been getting readings on and whatever. But it's almost like a fool or like a false like, I almost want to say like false flag or false entity, like pretending to be your soulmate. So it's almost like you might have a false start, or you start dating someone and you realize decently quickly that, okay, this is definitely not my person. And then you go your separate way. So you might date someone for just a hot minute before you meet your more long-term partner. That's really what I feel too with the Fool energy. And it's probably just someone, again, comes out of left field, come out of the blue, and you're really not ready for a relationship because there's so much going on. And this person, because maybe they're charming or maybe whatever, but you start to see some red flags that you're just realizing, I don't think so. And then you can call it off because this person's possibly younger than you, but also kind of self-absorbed. They may have narcissistic tendencies, and I have a feeling, Florence, you kind of already can see the writing on the wall with certain narcissistic behaviors. Like that love bombing that they do, where they just compliment you, make you feel like you're the best person on earth. And then as you really get comfortable with them, they start criticizing you. So if you start to see any of that in your relationship, run, don't walk, and know that there's someone better for you. And you just having this forewarned knowledge might make it so you don't even have to date this person at all. Maybe you just meet them and are talking to them and you just realize right away that, this is not going to be that connection and I'm just not falling for it. But let's tune into the one that you will have a longer distance, or not longer distance. Ooh, maybe you do meet this person like long distance and then eventually you do move together. Yeah, but I meant longer term. You're more long-term stable partnership. Ooh, yeah, we have the death card. So this comes after the death of a version of you, or a major transition in life. Doesn't have to be physical, literal death of anybody you know, but it feels like a big death energy of a career, or maybe even a way of life, or maybe you completely shift on a dime on your spiritual or belief systems on something. And it's like a major transitional time in your life. Again, you're really overburdened with something at the time that you meet this person, or right before you meet this person. The death of that overburdened energy could be exactly what you need for this fresh start, for that full energy of the new beginning to come in. So I wouldn't see this as a bad thing. And in fact, I would just see this as a necessary transitionary thing for you to get, going toward this romantic relationship. All right. Anything else she needs to know about the more long-term partner? Florence. Okay. The butterfly. Yeah, the relationship is evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. So there's a lot of inner child healing and growth, spiritual growth, mental, physical, emotional growth that you can do. And maybe that is this death energy, is putting a death to that old version of you. I really do see this as a positive thing, not some big negative tower moment, because it would more be the tower that would come out. Let's just pull and see if the tower does come out, if it's also going to be a very tower moment. I don't think it is, though. To me, this feels more of an internal shift. Yeah, Ace of Wands. This is you feeling good about who you are and feeling very attractive to the person that you're attracting in, and them, of course, being attractive to you. Dropped a couple cards. Yeah, again, that Queen of Pentacles, feeling like that lower octave of the Empress, just feeling good about yourself, feeling like you're physically in the place that you feel good. Like, we all have, as a lot of us as women, for sure, kind of have our happy weight. Like, it usually fluctuates about 5 pounds, where we feel good, like, at this weight, not at this weight or that weight. So it's about finding your happy zone, not just weight, but like the way you look, the way you feel. If your skin is glowing, if your hair looks really shiny, we all feel the best about ourselves when we take a little better care of ourselves. So there really is this element of, healing things from the past and really taking care of your physical vessel, that will start to trigger this kind of death energy of those old belief systems, old ways of being, old ways of, feeding your body or fueling your body, or the things you're consuming with, your, not just your mouth, but your eyes, your ears, your physical skin. Like, what are you consuming? Maybe making some major changes to the way you go about life in those regards will trigger this event to bring this person in. All right. I hope that resonated for you, Florence. And her second question is, what should I open up to right now? What new things would be good for me to try out? Love it. All right. So we're scrolling down. Woo. Oh, it's been a while. I have a 5-month-old along with 2 old kiddos. I always miss the lives. I'm glad I caught you today. I'm glad you were here too, bro. Welcome, welcome. It's always good to have you back. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, so there is someone in your field energetically. I'm just seeing this because I've scrolled way up to your question. Sorry about that. Is a person that is energetically in my field right now the long-term relationship? Let's just ask that real quick. I'm going to ask my yes, no. See, we got yes on one side, no on the other. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and toss her up. So is this person, okay, I'm going to ask it again because I didn't ask. Is this person that's energetically in Florence's field the long-term relationship that's coming for her? We have a no. So this person in your energy field might be this kind of trickster energy or this fool energy of, hey, it's me, pick me, I'm the one. And it's like, no, you're not. I can see the red flags from here. And that's kind of the vibe I was getting before I even flipped the coin. So yeah. All right, so let's see. Oh, we did the free 1-card pull the first, I guess it was at the 33-minute mark of the live stream I was done. We're now like an hour and 53 minutes in. I usually do that the first 20 or so minutes, but I kind of got on my soapbox talking earlier when we started. So I wrap that up. I usually take about 20 minutes to answer all the free questions. But anytime I'm live and you see, hey, free one card pull, get here right when the live stream starts so you can ensure you get your card. Or another hot tip, I guess, would be just to scroll back to the beginning and just hop on someone else's card. That's something you can do too. Like, oh, pick a number. The fourth person she reads for, that's going to be my card or whatever. I think I did probably at least 15-ish readings, if I had to guess, for the one card reads. So yeah, just clarification in the romance department. Thank you. You're so welcome. Okay, so I'm going to scroll back up to your other questions so I get it right. Yeah, what should Florence open up to right now, and what things would be good for her to try out? Okay. Ooh, so we have some patience here. This, I always call it the gardening card as well. I mean, this person has already planted all of their seeds, and the seeds are now growing very well. They're not quite ready to harvest certain, fruits and veggies from it or flowers or whatever, but there's a lot of tending, a lot of nurturing going on here. So there might be a project or some gardening, something very physical though that you're doing with your hands, that you're putting a lot of time, effort, and attention into. Could even be your own self-care, just setting time in your schedule to, pamper yourself, do some dry brushing. That's something that came right into my awareness as I said self-care is dry brushing. Have you ever heard of that, Florence? You basically order these things called dry brushes, and before you get in a shower or bath, you just dry brush your skin in the way that they show you on the, you can even watch videos about it if you've never done it. It can help with like lymphatic drainage and, like cellulite and all that fun. Okay, so you already know what's up. It's got some benefits. So that might be something you can just do on a more regular basis to really help your self-care, nurturing, loving. Very like, I always get like a nurturing the inner child vibe with the Seven of Pentacles as well. But there's this element of patience. So it just might be a time for you right now too, Florence, that there's not really any big exciting endeavor coming along like right now, because you're just kind of meant to be in this kind of, I won't say stasis energy, because I still see things moving forward for you and going on, but it's just not like over the top busy. You're rushed from one end of town to the other, and you're just like, when your head hits the pillow at night, you just die because you're so tired, To me, it feels like a more calm, cool, collected time in life, which can be good if you want to catch up on like decluttering or just these long to-do list things that keep falling through the cracks when you are busy. This would be a great time to really tick those things off your list, or to learn a new hobby. That could be something you could do with this here as well. Anything that's always kind of piqued your interest, or something you used to do that you really enjoyed that you just haven't had time for. Now would be a great time if you feel like there's not so much busyness going on. And it's almost like a boring energy, like kind of, oh, blah, blah, blah. Nothing's really exciting. Well, now's the time for you to make it exciting by, picking up that paintbrush or that pen, or, dusting off your shelves and decluttering or whatever it is. Now would be a great time for a lot of that. All right. What else does Florence need to know? Yeah, Six of Cups. So there's something from the past you're bringing back, or you're focusing on to really like nurture it. So could be inner child, but also could be a past passion project that kind of went by the wayside, that now that things have slowed down a bit, you can pick it up off the shelf or out of that, file cabinet drawer and start working on it again. Could even be a friendship or a romance from your past. Could be someone, not romance like as far as like love, but it feels to me like romanticizing life, more like a friend that you didn't have a falling out or anything. You just kind of went your separate ways, and life, years went by, and maybe finding or reaching out to someone from your past that you had a good ending with, or there really was no ending. It's just you kind of went your separate ways. There might be someone like that reaching out to you, or you're feeling the desire to reach out to someone like that. This to me doesn't feel like the same energy of that best friend that worked for you that you went your separate ways. This is someone different. It does feel like a female energy to me though, like a friend maybe from high school or, primary school, whatever it is. Maybe a neighbor from your past, someone you used to once be very close to, but you just kind of, years got between you and you just kind of went your separate ways. Not that anything ever fizzled or faded, or you had a big fight or anything. It just kind of, life took you in different directions. But let's see, anything else to focus on. The moon. Ooh. So there might be some intuition that you are being asked to listen to. And a lot of times the moon can deal with illusion as well. So seeing through an illusion. If you're unsure of your next direction to go, there's really no need to push through and try to figure it out. Just be patient, because your intuition will start to nudge you in the right direction of this project or that friendship or whatever it is. Your intuition's really going to play key. But having a bit of patience in trying to maybe determine what this intuition is telling you, by maybe even just asking for a sign. Okay, if this is what I'm supposed to do, give me a sign, and make it a sign that I cannot deny this is the path I should go on. And that can be a fun way to utilize your intuition. Let's see. I want to get one more. We do have an ad coming in 18 seconds, but I think I can get another card before then. All right, these two fell off the top of the deck. Okay, so we have the air elemental. I embrace the element of air and am open to all knowledge and wisdom. So you might be learning something. Oh, let me take a quick break because the ad's coming here. I don't want it to take Florence away from her reading. Okay, take a drink of water as well since we got a minute. Oh, Florence doesn't get ads. Well, that will be handy for me to know in the future. Cool, cool. Okay, so look at that. So there's some knowledge and wisdom that's coming in for you. Again, maybe you're learning something. Maybe you are reading some books or gaining some knowledge through books or YouTube videos or taking some sort of online course. But I see you sitting there like this, like you're so excited. You're taking notes. You're figuring things out. It's a very excited. So it's not like something you have to learn and you're dragging your feet. You're super excited to learn whatever this thing is. So yeah, there might be some learning on the horizon for you. We also have integration with the number 44. I combine body, mind, and soul to lift all humanity into a new dimension. And of course, any changes we want to make in life, it all starts with us. So this is about, combining or uniting your mind, body, and spirit together to really help you in your personal life. And that's going to ripple out and start helping others. So it's not like you have to go out and save everybody and help everybody and do all this for everybody else. Start doing these things for yourself, and you're going to see some major benefit, not just in your life, but the lives of those around you as well. I feel like we need one more closing message. Just anything else Florence needs to know. Right. Ooh, we got 3. There's a lot going on here. So seek the symbols, decipher their meaning. So that's what we're saying is ask for a sign and then look for it. So there's just double confirmation that your intuition is speaking to you through a lot of signs, symbols, synchronicities going on. The number 35 there adds up to 8. So as you take action down one path, that's when you're going to get more signs to, hey, continue on this path. But if you're getting signs saying, ooh, don't go on this path, go on this path, you can take action and go this way. Again, it's about kind of decoding or demystifying your own intuition. And then we have shifts happen, not S-H-I-T, but S-H-F-T. Yeah. Shifts happen. Stabilize your energy field. So there's about, really getting that balance. And I think that's why maybe things could feel a bit stagnant or like, oh, I wish this would hurry up and happen. This is actually balancing the energy to get you ready for a big, really exciting thing. But in the meantime, you can get a little bored, feeling a little stagnant. But this is up to you to take action to de-stagnate the energy for yourself. And then we have embrace the 3 worlds. And it's very interesting because I'm seeing as above, so below, but then I'm seeing completely like outside the matrix. So you've got your 3D reality, then you've got that like higher beyond the veil of like the matrix, but still contained in the bubble of the matrix. And then you have outside the matrix, which is just limitless possibility. So it's about combining or embracing all 3, because we're in the matrix, right? A lot of us, if not all of us that I know of, are kind of somehow stuck energetically in this net of a matrix that's been placed on the original blueprint of this planet. And instead of trying to fight against it a lot of times, if we just flow into it and accept it, not just that fatalistic surrender, well, I guess I'm a victim, so I'll just sit here and be a victim. It's about, okay, yeah, this kind of sucks. All the systems in place, all the suffering on this realm, it sucks. Yes, I get that. I understand that. But what can I do to be in that world, but not of that world? Does that make sense? That's what you're being asked to do with this embracing the 3 worlds cards. And then also the number 11 there. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Number 11. So this is about possibly really getting into this, seeing things beyond this realm or this even matrix when you are in this next partnership, this next relationship. All right, so I hope that resonated for you, Florence. What a cool reading. There was a lot coming in for that, but if you are feeling bored or a little bit stagnant, actually use that energy to your advantage, because there's so much traction and action you can take, traction you can gain when you're bored by, ticking those old things off your to-do list, or, the things that you like, oh, I'll get to it someday. Well, now it can be someday because you have some time and you're bored and things really aren't going on over here or over there. So might as well make some waves over here. And a lot of times things are stagnant because we're waiting for life to happen to us rather than for us. If we're out there making things happen for ourselves, that's when we can be living our best life a lot of times, rather than just waiting for something to come our way. We're out there taking diligent action toward whatever our goal is. Even if we decide to go on 15 detours, everything we've learned along the way has been so helpful for where we're ultimately going. You know what I mean? So get out there, explore, make things happen. Declutter your energy and your physical space, your mental and emotional space. You'll really be proud you did, because coming up, I feel you're going to come into this very busy season of life right before you meet this person that you're going to feel very overwhelmed. So now would be the time to really get yourself a solid foundation built that you can really operate on, and not completely, just be so stressed out all the time because there's so much going on. All right, big hugs to you, Florence, and everyone else watching. I think this is going to be it for us. We just double checked that we didn't get any other donations. I don't think we did. Okay. Yeah, that is it. That's all she wrote for today. But I, my friends, will be back on Friday and in the very near future, possibly a couple weeks from now or maybe next week. Who knows? Depending on the kids, they're starting summer camps. This is the last week of official actual school. But pretty much for the rest of June, we've got different summer camps, sports. I don't think we have sports camps. We have art camps for both, and then a music camp for Boston for band. And Boston also has a computer camp. So it's mostly Boston. It's going to be like camp, this camp, that camp, this camp, that. And me and Wrigley are just going to be doing our own thing for a lot of that. Her school ends on the 15th. Yeah, that's coming up. I can't believe this year went by so fast. They say once your kids get in school, it's like time just flies. And it was just yesterday, Boston was graduating from the preschool graduation. And now here we are. He's going to be a 7th grader. How is that even possible? And then he'll have one more year of middle school, and then he'll be a high schooler. Stop. I mean, really, time, stop. It's going too fast. It's happening too fast. I want to enjoy my kids to the best of just every moment I can before they leave home and go live their own best lives somewhere else. I'm not going to be that mom that tells my kids they can't leave either, because I think that's kind of gross when people do that. Oh no, I'm not going to let you become independent because you're going to be with me forever. I'm going to go let both of them, spread their wings and fly and go find who they are, with the hopes that they will return home once in a while to say hi to good old mom and dad. But seeing them grow up is so exciting, but at the same time so bittersweet, because you're 1 year closer to them leaving you, right? It's parenthood is so weird, but so fulfilling and cool and difficult, all rolled into one. Am I the only one that thinks that? Probably not. I'm sure Amber's in agreement with me. All right, you guys, I'm gonna keep you no longer than I already have. You have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll be back here Friday, like I said, and I do have another pick a card that's already live over on Harmony Portal Tarot called Your Spiritual Focus that will be going up on the Done Creative tomorrow. And yes, I've completely dropped the ball on Harmony Portal Tarot. I've realized over there, now that I'm pretty much completely shadow banned, I don't know that I can really put much more effort in, because I, in 28 days, made $1.28. It's like a gut punch to put so much love and effort and care into what I do and get $1.28 a month. It is what it is. So I guess for now I'll be focused here, the Done Creative, and Pinterest TV. That's what I'm going to be doing. Until I can do some major CPR on poor Harmony Portal Tarot. But the more I talk, the more I, get these messages out, the more banned I become. So I guess it's a catch-22. But I've just come to this place in my heart, I guess, that, my tarot, like pick a card channels are not going to be an income source. I can't rely on that as like going to be an income source. Hanging out with you guys one-on-one and, on the personal readings I do on Zoom and here, that is my income source. But most of that even still will go to help my mom, whose house burned down. And this is going to be the year, fingers crossed, that we get her in my grandma's house. The fence went up, or mostly up, the posts for it, for her to be able to move over there and have her dogs with, contained in the yard, so she can have her dogs. It's important for her. So yeah. All right. I'm doing what I do, rambling because I don't want to leave, but I love you guys. Bye everyone. Yes, as Florence says, bye everyone. So thanks again, you guys, so much for those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. And possibly on Harmony Portal Tarot, but there's not much going on over there right now. And also on the Done Creative and coming soon, Pinterest TV. All right, you guys, have a wonderful, blessed Woo Woo Wednesday, and I will see you Friday right here. All right, you guys, bye.